can see you and me.
You can? I can't see you. Hold on, let me see.
Sophie, can you get rid of our Victor Iwalududu, please? Sorry, we've got an envelope. We've got a. Can you see me now? Can you?
No, not yet.
Can you hear me? You've got.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Right. You know what?
I can hear you.
Right.
Okay.
Pretend you can see me. You know, I'm the old blonde woman that gets nosy about things. Carrie-Anne, can you remind people briefly about Fabian, please?
Okay, about Fabian. Well, he was a person I was talking to. Talking to him on, I think it was either Plenty of Fish or one of the platforms. I started talking to him, like, I think it was like a year ago, I think it was, or sometime around there. I was talking to him. Everything was going really good. Same thing with the other scammers, but this one was really serious. I didn't know it was really this serious. I was talking to him. We start messaging each other every single day, talking about this and that, making promises, doing this and doing that. And we got really close, you know, and I thought he was actually real.
What job had he given you? What job? Was he oil rig?
What was that?
Was he on an oil rig? What job had he given you?
Oh, the kind of job he gave me? I forget what it was. Something that has to do with real estate or something. Right. Or I think that's what it was, if I remember right. Or right. He had to go to some country or something for his business. And so him and I got really super close and everything, and was sending pictures to each other, even talking on the phone. And he had an accent, and I thought, okay, the accent's, you know, normal, you know. It didn't really sound like, you know, Nigerian or anything. It sounded like a different accent from a different country. Everything was going really, really good. That's what I thought. And he, I was giving him all my, you know, not details just yet, but he was asking me questions. Do you work and this and that, you know, and I trusted him and I talked to him about, no, I don't work. I'm disabled. Yeah. Haven't worked in so many years because of my disability and my 3 back surgeries that failed. And I learned how to I was starting to talk to him more and more and learn how to trust him and everything. And then he asked about my finances, you know, and of course I trusted again, told him what I made, what I get. And he goes, oh, that doesn't seem like you have much money left over for your bills, you know, and I want to kind of help you out with everything, you know, you need some help. And I'm like, okay, you know, that sounds okay, you know, but you don't really have to do that because, you know, I've been managing on my own. I don't really need your money, you know. I can do this on my own. I'm a really self-sufficient woman.
I mean, it's not.
What was that?
It's not normal. It's not normal anybody talks about money.
Yeah.
But it's not normal that anybody really wants to help you with money that you've never met.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I'm just like, okay, this is way before Will and all that stuff and the other scammers and you know, Jacob the dog dad. This is way before that, and so I accepted money from him. I gave him, of course, trusted him. I gave him my, you know, bank information, all the stuff that goes along with transferring funds. He started transferring funds and everything, and the largest amount that he transferred was $17,000. And he told me, I need you to do this for me. I need you to, for my business, because I'm away on business, and when I come back, we're actually going to be able to meet and be together and, you know, start a life together with my daughter. And I believed everything that he said. So I start doing a thing called Bitcoin, which I mentioned in my other live, which I started doing the Bitcoin and doing addresses or something, the Bitcoin address. And so I kept doing that over and over for him again and didn't realize, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I thought this is all legit for his business. And so I went to Bitcoin. He says, and I'm going to let you keep so much money for yourself, you know, to help you out with your bills. And I go, okay. And there were some times, Ruth, that there were some times, I'm going to cry, I don't know, it's just really hard for me. There were some times that I was stressing so bad to get to these different Bitcoin places.
Yep.
One
Yep.
didn't take this and this didn't take that, and I was stressing myself out so bad. I needed to do this and do that. I was lying to my family, my kids, that I needed to go do this and do that. I had to do this, go to the bank, this and that. It was just like overwhelming me so much, and I'm
And
just
he would
like,
have
oh my
been
gosh.
pushing you. He would have been pushing you. Was he pushing you to get all of this done?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I finally I got sick of it. I said, you know what? I'm so sick of your bullshit. You know, if you're gonna be this way to me, you know what? Then you can. I'm not dealing with this anymore. You know, I can't deal with this. You know, you can keep your damn money and shove it up your ass. Excuse my French. I didn't. Sorry, guys, on the live. I didn't mean that.
Everybody enjoyed that. Yeah.
I just. I was getting fed up with it, and he goes, no, babe, please, I really need you to do this for me, and I'm just like. Okay, fine, you know, but you need to talk to me in a different tone of voice, and you need to treat me with respect, or I'm done. I'm blocking you, and I'm done. So I kept doing everything for him, and I was able to pay. I was able to pay off my bills, you know, pay rent and pay this and pay that and all that stuff. Just and buying myself things for myself, but so I thought everything was all legit. Everything was good. And then I think it was, I don't know how long ago it was, that I think I contacted you guys about scammers. And I think I showed you guys his picture, and you said, yes, that guy is a scammer. Yeah. Someone told me he's a $400 billion Bitcoin scammer. Yeah. That's what someone told me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is insane. But what happened is the last time that he sent me any kind of money, I said, you know what? I'm so tired of this bull crap. You know what? I just said to myself, I'm not giving him a dime, you know? But I didn't know any of this stuff was going on. I didn't know, I'll get more into it. So I kept that $17,000, and I said, no, he's not getting a dime. You know, I'm done with this guy, you know? And this is, before I knew he was a scammer. And then I go into, I'm going back to when I went to the credit union, when he tried to send money there again to the credit union, because my bank was having a little bit of issues with the transfers. And I come to find out that the lady took me in the back, and she says, you're involved in a fraud ring. And I'm like, huh? I mean, what? This is not normal. What is going on here? So, this is all before when I talked to you guys and everything, and I blocked him. I did all that. So, well, they told me don't block him because there's an investigation going. So don't block him in case when you need to get a hold of him for anybody. So no one got a hold of me about him anymore. So I decided to go ahead and block him, and and I kept the other money, which that was already done for, and I didn't think anything of it, nothing, and I was going on with my life and everything. And then I dealt with the other scammers before that I talked about in the other live. And the same thing happened, to where I was sending them money. They weren't sending me money. I was sending them money,
You lost your own money.
Yeah.
Lost your own money.
Yeah. I lost a lot of my money from, my dad passed away and everything. So I thought nothing of it. I've been going on with my life and everything. And this is really shocking for me. On Tuesday the 12th, I thought my kids were like messing with me, saying my name and saying Santa Rosa Police Department. And they said it like 3 times. And I'm like, why would my kids be doing that to me? I don't think my kids would be that heartless, because they're not heartless. They're really good kids. So I started walking out the door, and there's like 17 cops surrounded the house.
Oh,
17.
Good.
17 people. 17 cops. And they had their guns. They had their guns pointed at me, drawn on me, like I'm a criminal. So they searched the whole house. They also pointed their guns at my daughter. She's 20 years old. She has mental health. They pointed the guns on her, and she was freaking out and crying.
Yeah.
So kind of find out, they told me to, they told me that they were going to put me in the back of the police car with handcuffs. So I was handcuffed in the back of the police car. They finally took me down to the police department, in the interrogation room. they asked me all kinds of questions, and then they told me why I was there. And I told him everything. I said, I did not know, officer. He was like an officer detective type person. He was like the head person. That did the search warrant. I said, I knew nothing about any of this, officer. I did not know I was dealing with a scammer. And he showed me a piece of paper with the lady's name on it. He goes, do you know who this is? And I said, no, officer, I have no idea who this lady is. He goes, that's the lady that the scammer took money from her account and transferred it into your.
Yeah.
And he goes, and do you realize what you were doing? I said, no, I do not know. I didn't know what I was doing, officer. I'm telling you the truth. I really am. I didn't know. He goes, you were laundering and you were embezzling money for that guy. And I'm just like
on paper, that's what it looks like.
I was like, oh my, he showed me my bank account, Ruth, and he showed me everything on that bank account of transfers, Bitcoin, Cash App, everything. It was overwhelming for me. I just like, oh my gosh, I don't believe this is happening to me. He showed me another piece of paper and he goes, do you know who this is? And I said, I have no idea who that is. He goes, that's the scammer. I said, his name is not Fabian on there. He goes, yep, that's the scammer. That's the scammer that tricked both you and that lady. And I said, I did not know. And I was just like, I was so much in shock.
The person that they said to you was the scammer. Was it somebody in the US? Was it somebody there?
I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know is I seen that name in the eyes. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Because that's the scammer. That's the scammer that had you laundering and embezzling money for him. Every time that you did that Bitcoin, you were laundering money.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm just like, I was in shock. I started crying. He goes, I'm going to tell you right now, the charges that he gave me were 9 felonies, Ruth. 9 felonies. 9 felonies. And then he said the other one was receiving stolen property. So that's 10 felonies. I was looking at going away for a long time. And so he said, I have your phone here. If you can show me anything on your phone that tells me that you're telling the truth and you knew nothing about anything, you didn't know what you were doing, you thought you were just talking to a guy that you were involved with and that you were going to spend your life with or whatever he promised you. And I said yes. And so he gave me my phone. I unblocked it. I unblocked, got my code in there. And then I seen the old scammer and I had it under Jackass because that's what I used to call him, because it happened before. I unblocked it. I showed him all the messages. He read all the messages and he couldn't believe all the messages. And I said, this is the guy that called himself Fabian.
Yeah.
And so he goes, I'm gonna go back outside the door. You get some water, and I'm gonna make a decision, and I'll come back in a little while. It's gonna take me a little while. And I was crying so bad.
Yeah.
Crying so bad that I got myself involved in a really serious romance.
But at least you had all that written down in your phone, and that was you talking to him as a romance.
Yeah. And he came back inside, and he goes, I believe everything that you're telling me. Everything you're telling me, I believe every word of it, every single word. So I'm taking away the 9 felonies. Those are gone. I'm not charging you for any of those 9 felonies at all. But I am going to book you into Sonoma County Jail for the 1 felony for receiving stolen property, but you did not know that you were dealing with a romance scammer. You did not know any of that. After that happened, he still has my phone. They seized my phone for evidence.
Exactly.
He ran me. He read me my rights right there inside there because I knew I was going. He's going to book me in Sonoma County Jail. They took all the information from me to be booked. I was not incarcerated, but I was in booking in jail for 13 hours. But get this.
Oh,
I was not charged for anything. They said when they took me to do my fingerprints, they said there is no, we're booking you on the charge of receiving stolen property, but you're getting cited out. I'm like thinking to myself, after I sat back down the booking before they released me, I said, how is this possible? I have a serious felony on my hands, and they cited me out of jail.
Well, they sort of knew you were no threat out there. You're not going to run away. You're not going to go and steal anymore. You're not going to go and...
Yeah.
You can't contact the scammer, the man, the Fabian.
Yeah.
It was all in text, so they knew that about you.
Yeah.
And Carrie-Anne, everybody that's watching this and me and all of us, we can see what you are or who you are. That sounded awful, what you are. But we could see the person you are. So they probably saw that as well.
Yeah. I was lucky. I was lucky they didn't charge me with those 9 felonies plus the other one, because I'd be going away for a long time. So I finally got cited out of jail. And I go to meetings. I go to I'm in recovery 16 years. I've got a lot of recovery underneath my belt. And I go to meetings every day. It's called attitude adjustment. So I go to those meetings every single day. That's for my own recovery. Yeah. And a lot of people in the program, in the meetings are really, really like my family, my recovery family, and they're really supportive over me. And some of them are even going to go to court with me. I have to go to court on the 26th for my first arraignment, and I don't have an attorney, but I know they'll probably appoint me an attorney and stuff like that. But I do have positive thing that if they do want to sentence me to jail time, I'm going to see if I can do house arrest and spend my time at home, doing the time here. And it could be a possibility they could make me pay that $17,000 back in payments. But I'm willing to do whatever they want me to do. Whatever the judge orders me to do, I will do.
Yeah, because at this moment, you've got to go along with absolutely everything.
Everything. So that is the experience that I had to go through. And if anybody, I know there's different people listening and watching. And if you guys are dealing with any scammers, do not give them your information for your bank. Do not accept money. Do not send money. Do not, just block the people, because it's.
And you will not mind me saying this, because we know each other quite well by now. You are easily swayed by people sending you nice texts. They'd be nice to you, and you think that they are real and they're nice. Too easily,
Yeah.
And we've said this to you before, but I completely understand how they got you as they did, because I know who Carrie-Anne is. I know what Carrie-Anne is. I hope that nothing happens in court. It's going to be. I hope you do get an attorney, though. I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah. I will get I definitely will get an attorney. They'll ask me if I want. Yeah. Do I need an attorney to represent me? And I'm just going to tell them yes, I do.
Yeah, you do, because even if it's just somebody to be on your side.
Yeah.
But at least you've got everything. And also, what encourages me is the reaction of that officer who went out of the room and then came back and said he wasn't going to charge you with the felonies.
Yeah.
Because if he was a hard man, he could have done.
Yeah. He could have charged me with the felonies, and I'd be serving some prison time.
You would be in that orange jumpsuit stuff, wouldn't you? Yeah. But Carrie-Anne, sorry. No, everybody, I'm not laughing and making light of it. It's just horrendous when Carrie-Anne sent us the message and said this had happened, but give you due, Carrie-Anne. And this is one thing I liked. You wanted to get straight on here and you wanted to warn everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very important when you guys are watching right now. Don't fall for scammers. Don't fall for what they say. If you see a profile, you guys, and it doesn't look right to you, send it to Scam Haters United, because they will check out the profile if they're fake or real, because that's what I had to do. And I wish I would have done that back in the day when
I mean, you
I
did
had to deal with
Facebook.
the guy Fabian, and I didn't do that, you know, because I didn't know about Scam Haters United and stuff and everything.
Yeah, there's people asking to keep updated. They're all worried about you. Yeah, and that is the biggest message, CARIANNE. We say to people, you know, if a stranger comes to you, it's going to be fake. If they're really nice to you, they fall in love with you. If they are over nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Gina, can you tell? I think we've got Sophie and Mel, and I know Joe's on there as well. You know, they come to you, they're being very, and it's lovely. The attention is nice.
Yeah.
You know, but we've got to make people see beyond the attention.
Yeah, we do, definitely. Definitely so.
We are behind you, CARIANNE. Denise is one of us, so you know you've got all of us are rooting for you.
I know I got all you guys, but
we're not going to be able to think on the 26th. So, you know, we need to know everything. I just want to know that you walk out of that courthouse and everything's going to be okay. I really, CARIANNE, if you talk to another stranger, I will come over there and I'll drag that phone out of your hand. So,
my kid said if I have my dad's phone, you know, because I had everything got left in my possession because I was you know, the next of kin. So I have my dad's phone and they still have my phone. But my kid said, Mom, if we see you on if we go on Grandpa's phone and we see you on any dating apps, we're taking the phone away from you. I said, no. You guys will not see me on any dating apps. There's no way. After this situation, I trust my kids, my male kid, you know, my kids, of course, and I trust my ex's dad, who I live with. But any other man right now, forget it. I don't trust. There's no trust for me right now. My trust is gone.
Kids have been good. Your kids have been good with all of them. I mean, they've been a bit to the point with you because they've always told you what they thought. But you know, they've always been on your side.
Yeah, definitely have.
I think he's blocked Gina. Oh, hi, Scott. Yeah, and you know, this is it. But we've got to get it through to people, and your story helps. That if, you know, people will come to you. There's Scotty Pickleball, which is funny, but he is a guy that's used. But, you know, they use him and go to women like you. And of course, 14,000. Are you counting Scott? Poor Scott is used. And, you know, his picture is used to send to women like you. And the usual rubbish, the usual just awful words, you know, about falling in love and will you do this, will you do that? Because then we can be together. And what we need, CARIANNE, and you're going to be the face of this, is for people to say no, because it will help people like Scott Coufers. We need a live chat, Scotty. You know, it will help people like Scott. I've got Jesse Phillips tomorrow night. He's another one. And, you know, people like you, because there are so many parties that are innocent parties in a scam, and they are the ones that suffer. Yeah.
I just hope people that is on the live right now, they really listen to what I'm saying. Quit talking to these people. They're not real. They're scammers. They just want your money. They'll promise you everything they want you to hear. They're not real. Just take my message and on my live here, you guys. Really take it serious, because I was lucky I did not get those 9 felonies charged, you know, because that could have been
you would have
serious.
But you know, I'm just glad that officer went outside for his drink. I don't know what he put in that water, but he went outside for his drink, he thought about it, and he came back. We know, CARIANNE, we know, because I mean, I once asked one, and honestly, if I'd been in the same room, I'd have killed him. I said to him, if I showed you a picture of somebody that you're scamming, would you know who she was from everybody else? He said, well, no. As if it was a thought. Well, why would I, sort of thing? You know, to them, you're a client. You're a client
Mm.
to use.
Yeah.
And that's all. So, if someone asks for money, ask them. There's Scott, you see. Scotty, you're leading people astray. Good idea, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got to get this over, Carrie, and we must. We must get this over. Because, we've heard of a lady, not one that we talked to directly. She was extradited from one state to another. And she's got to go to court before the end of the year. And she's being told she's facing anything up to 11 years.
Oh my gosh.
So you see,
This is terrible.
We try to tell people that they are being dragged into something that they don't want to be dragged into.
Yeah.
Because you see it. The worst thing is, CARIANNE, is when you think of this crime, you are seeing it as the opposite. I mean, if somebody said to you, CARIANNE, he's making you a criminal, you'd have said, no, of course he isn't. He's really nice, So be a big girl on the 26th, CARIANNE, and thank you so much for coming on here and doing this.
Yeah. I just and I know there's scammers on here gonna probably watch it and all stuff, but you guys, I hope one of these days, all you scammers, you get caught, because you guys all need to go to jail, or that's what you guys need to do. You guys need to face for your consequences. That's what you guys need to do. Because I know you scammers are watching. I know you guys are on Facebook. I know you're on Instagram. So I hope you guys all get caught and you lose everything you have.
I just want them to not get anything. I mean, I always say, CARIANNE, that my biggest dream is for the phones and the laptops to just go silent, so they don't get anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
Because they can't hurt anybody, and they're not going to get anybody to do what they want. Because at the end of the day, it's money and it's services. And, and why does anybody need money laundering, CARIANNE? Why does
nobody needs that?
Yeah, nobody needs it. It's only because it can get passed around half a dozen other people before it gets to them, and then they can go out and spend it. So what if they lose it, by giving a bit away along the line? It's free money to them.
Yeah. And I've been getting, I was going to say, Ruth, I've been getting a lot of, I don't know why, it's just the internet, I guess. I've been getting a lot of different friend requests from, you probably know him, his name is Clint, right?
Oh, bless him, yes.
I go on live a lot with him on TikTok, and I bought a sweatshirt and all that stuff, and I talk to him, but I don't talk about the scamming stuff, but yeah, a lot of people use his pictures and all this stuff, and I just keep blocking. That's all you guys can do is block.
I remember when he first noticed he was being used, and he sort of was a bit he couldn't quite work it out, because he wasn't military, he wasn't big and famous, he was a farm boy, and I remember when he couldn't really see what all the thing was. Scott, that's just gone down there, Scott's been used for years.
Yeah.
Absolutely years. And there's nothing at all they can do about it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have been dealing with it. I know Shane Nichols, I go on live with him sometimes. And yeah, he's still dealing with all the scamming, the people using his identity. He just doesn't let it bother him anymore. He just keeps going on with his life. He just tries to tell people, when it comes to scammers, that just don't fall for anything, because it's not him. He's happily married with Kate and his daughter and everything. He doesn't need to deal with anybody like that.
He's got it out, and he's got a good job and everything.
Oh,
Shane really made a good. Now, the guy that I've got on live chat tomorrow night, Jesse Phillips, you'll know him. You'll know his face. He's got a stalker, and she blames him. It's him and his wife. They're the scammers. She's horrible. She really is. But he's got a message from her with his home address, threatening to kill him and her and the kids.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. That is so scary.
Yeah. And this is the world of scammers, CARIANNE, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen so much scamming in my whole life until after my dad passed away. everything started going crazy. And also too, I was gonna say about Clint Wright. He also has a stalker right now too, and I seen a video of her, and the things she's threatening to do with herself if he doesn't leave, if Clint Wright doesn't leave Angelina, but they're no longer together, you know, because things, I don't know what happened exactly, but I guess they're no longer together is what he was saying on live, but she's threatening to do something to herself if he doesn't leave Angelina, and I'm like, whoa, this lady is a stalker. That's crazy.
Well, this is it. This is it. And I know Scott gets, you know, women wanting to talk to him and wanting to meet him and things like that. And he doesn't know who they are from anybody else. Yeah. You know, because he's talking to them. And Carrie Ann, I just want you to give up talking to strangers.
Oh, no. No, I'm not talking to no strangers. I meet people in person. Like I have some people I meet in person, and that's as far as it goes. Like people, like friends and stuff. I'm not right now. I'm not in the right frame of mind or anything because of this is all that's happened.
Yeah.
You know, I can go without a man. I don't need a man to validate me. I don't need a man to make me feel good about myself. I have to feel good about myself and validate myself, and it's probably going to be a while that I can trust an actual man to even get into any type of relationship, but I don't want any relationship at all with anybody. God will be the one to choose the right one for me, you know, and hopefully he's a you know, he's not Christian, but he's, you know, God-fearing, or he's in recovery like me or something. But right now, that's not even on the table for me. Right now,
the next time it's a man, it's the one that can stand in front of you and and you can go like that, and he's there.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I want to have in my life. You know, someone that's right there.
As Sandy's just said, self-love is part of your well-being. It is. You know,
you gotta love yourself.
You've got to love yourself enough to walk away from those that harm you, and that is the ones that pick you up on the internet.
Yeah.
So, such a big message to get across, because I know the words are nice. I don't think they are. I think they're pretty silly.
Yeah.
You know, but I know how they get people. Of course we do.
Yeah.
Will you come back after the 26th and talk about it?
I will definitely. I will definitely talk about it if they don't take me into. I don't think they will, because usually the first arraignment is to go over the charges and appoint an attorney, and then they go from there.
Yeah. I can't see. I think you probably get told off by the judge, and you probably get told off by the officers, and you probably get put in your place as in, you've done this. It's been very silly. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping. But I think they'll do that, because, thank you, Hollywood. Everybody's so supportive of you down here. It's wonderful. But they're going to, because they don't know you like we do. They don't want it to happen to you again. So, I think they're going to be fairly strict with you. And I think they're going to, you know, they're going to be wanting to hammer it home to you what's happened, as if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? But I can't see them do. They can't surely do anything else, you know.
Yeah.
But we will, you know, we will be thinking of you on the 26th, and we look forward to talking to you about it, if you just when you can, because I would not like to have to go through this experience.
Yeah. It's a scary experience, especially when they had the guns drawn on me. Like, I think it was like 10 officers on the porch had their guns drawn on me, like I was a bad person. That was really humiliating, and that was scary.
I think that is awful, because it wasn't exactly Bonnie and Clyde, was it?
No.
You know, I mean, it was financial irregularities anyway. You know, there was nothing to say that you had a shotgun in the house. I think that's a little bit too much. I think they could have knocked on the door and talked to you, would have done.
Yeah.
You know, it would have got the same. But goodness.
Yeah. It was scary.
It would be horrendous. I'm glad you've got your daily group.
Yeah. I go to my groups at my meetings every single day because I take, like I told people in the, I even told the officer, I take my recovery very serious. That's why I've got 16 years, and I don't change. I wouldn't change it for anything, for anybody or whatever. And I stay away from people, places, and things. And I said I would never go backwards. And that I work an honest program. I don't work a dishonest program.
Yeah.
And they also see my AA books and my NA book in my truck when they searched it too. So yeah.
But I think you've got enough to, like your AA book, you've got enough to say, well, look, this is me. This is what I do every day. This is my recovery. Yeah. You aren't some great mafia boss, which sounds like it with all those guns on you,
Yeah.
Oh.
It didn't feel very nice either when I seen them when my daughter told me that they drew their guns on her too, and I'm like, and she's only 20 and she has mental illness, that's not okay, and it freaked her out and really scared her.
Well, yeah, I hope she's all right, because she's going to be a lot going out.
Yeah, she's doing good. We've been talking a lot since all this, and she's just really scared. She just tells me, Mom, I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to go away. And I said, I'm gonna be okay. In the past, in my addiction, I did a lot of jail time, but this is different. Because I'm clean and sober. But I'm gonna be okay no matter what happens. I know God's gonna follow me wherever I go, and He's gonna take care of me.
He's pointed you in the right direction eventually.
Yeah.
He's pointed you in the right. He's told you what to say, basically, to the officers. He has pointed you to just go in there and tell them the truth.
Yeah, he has.
And he's made the officer listen, which I think is a really, really big blessing that he did. Oh, CARIANNE, thank you. I'm so worried. I want to hug you again.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that last time, didn't I? I do. We're all hugging you. Believe me, we're all hugging you. So thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
I think you're extremely brave.
Yeah. And it'll be on Facebook and Instagram, right? And TikTok? Not TikTok, but YouTube.
YouTube. And maybe TikTok. I don't. What's the length of thing you can put? Because we do have a TikTok.
Yeah, you do have a TikTok, but I'm not sure if you guys will put it on there. I know you'll do it on Facebook and Instagram.
I'll get Joe to put it on TikTok, because I don't know how to use it. We've got Joe that does that.
Okay, yeah, wherever it can be put on. It's fine with me.
Yeah, well, it'll be the 5 places that we've got. We've got Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and we'll put it out there, and we'll shout it loud and proud. That we can say this is what happened to you. You are living it. That this is what a scammer. This is how bad a scammer can get when they do things like that.
Yeah. I'm definitely living proof on what they can do to you. They can really destroy your life. I will never for the receiving stolen property. That's a big charge. I don't think, I can't work anyways because I'm disabled, but if I ever was to try and go out there to get a job, there's no possibility because it's a pretty serious charge.
That's going to follow you around. That is going to follow you around.
Yeah.
And they've done this to you, CARIANNE, and I just think it just validates everything that we always say. So I'm going to again, I'm going to say thank you, and thank you to everybody for listening. And I'll post it everywhere so that it will be well and truly looked at, and it'll be looked at for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So thank you. Take care. Think of us next week, because we will be there with you.
Yes, and thank you everybody for watching and whatever you commented. I know there's some comments here, but I don't know where. There's a lot of comments.
They were all good. They were all very good. They were all sitting behind you, and if they can do anything, just all be behind her on the day, and but thought does a lot. Yeah. So there you go. So thank you, CARIANNE. Chin up, big girl pants on, and get in that coat and get up dropped.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye now.
Okay, thank you.